running on Mucinex
All right.
right now.
So we are back. This is session 17 of Together Among the Stars. As always, I'm Rick. I'm the Game Master for Hammer the Gods, and we have a guest, and I keep every single time pointing the wrong direction. Would you like to introduce yourself?
And sir. I'm Tim from Stronghold D&D. I've been graciously asked to continue again to come help out or play with you guys. I'm super excited. We got a stream tomorrow morning if anybody's interested, or if you're going to SummerCon today, we'll be farting around there. But once again, thank you so much, Rick, for this opportunity, and I'm ready to blast off. Sir Timothy in space.
Always happy to have people come and play. And actually, I forgot to update your name. What is your ranger's name and pronouns?
It's always Sir Timothy. Somehow he was knighted in space.
And pronouns for Sir Timothy?
Pronounce what?
Pronouns?
Yeah, he, him's fine. Yep.
Perfect.
It's early in Washington, so
absolutely fair. I got the stream up and going and realized, hey, I didn't update the name, so you were still the previous ranger. All right, so before we get started, got some announcements as always. Our sponsor for today, whatever time it is Canadian Dice. Go over to CanadianDice.ca, use the code TheVacTair, which I realized whenever I bought dice from Ryan recently, I did not use because I'm very pretty, you know. Anyway, gets you 10% off. You can get all kinds of awesome stuff there. And Maggie's pick of the week is the Rainbow D6, because who doesn't love a gay fireball, you know. Second announcement is we are currently raising money for the Trevor Project, an organization to help LGBTQIA2S+ youth. It provides 24/7 crisis support services, available now in Mexico as well as the US. There's a link, I believe it'll be pinned in the chat. Third announcement, as always, our merch store, the tinyurl.com/vacmerch, where you can get all kinds of awesome designs like Half-Orc Energy, Vac Blob, and Pride merch is up now, and any money raised from our Pride merch will also be donated to the Trevor Project. And fourth announcement, excuse me, Sunday, tomorrow, Affy and Artemis are over on DM Jeremy's channel for Legacy of Fire at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Monday, back here for Mistwalkers at 8:30 p.m. Thirsty Sword Lesbians on Wednesday with Storyteller's Tavern at 8:30. Thursday is A Song of Crystal and Shadow at 8:30. And then Friday is Fixius 5 at 8:30 as well. So that's it for my announcements. Let's see. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay. So, with that, let's go ahead and get started. So, Sir Timothy, would you like to make our first dice roll of the game?
Absolutely. And I should have set up my dice cam. I figured it out for the first time. But you'll have to trust me. A 1.
A 1.
For the first roll.
So, I like to get started with, there's the interplanetary travel. And I think that's kind of a good way to kick things off for our games. So, on a 1, one of you has trouble sleeping. What are you worried about? So, who has trouble sleeping and why?
Well, I'm in space. This is new to me. So, I'm afraid that this thing's going to implode like a submarine going to the Titanic. God rest their souls.
Absolutely valid. Breckett definitely gets a lot of the rookie rangers, so
yeah
he's never had a knighted ranger, so Ranger Sir Timothy is a little bit different. And if you don't mind, I'll have you roll one more time and we'll see how many cards we're going to draw for our first planet.
1. I'll do getting them all out for the weekend.
Hey, there you go. All right. We don't get a lot of 1s on number of cards, but it does happen. So let's see what we get. So for Discovery, I got a 5, and we drew the 3 of spades. So a 5 means that we spot this as we're resting. So we land, we're just kind of chilling out. And spades are natural phenomena. It gives examples of huge crystal formations, mirages, vividly colored lightning, strange clouds, rocks eroded in strange shapes, veins of precious metals, etc. Yes, we are the night crew as per usual. The night crew strikes for the, 15th time or so.
Okay.
3 is by a gentle river. So, let's see. Natural phenomena by a gentle river. I'm going to say we land the Griffin, which is our ship, by this river, and we're just kind of relaxing when we realize that there's some kind of strange glimmer at the bottom of the river. And going over to investigate, Breckett's like, is that doing what I think it is? And we see that there's like these, it looks like some kind of, vein of precious metal.
Nice.
But
That's what I'm hoping for.
It is just like glimmering with every color imaginable, and some that you probably hadn't ever seen before.
You leave the prospecting to me.
Both a knight and an old-timey prospector.
Can we bring this stuff home? How deep is it?
You tell me. There's no GM, so we get to decide that.
I got you. Well, if it's a veins of it, do we have any tools? Can I chip some out?
Oh,
I like to
absolutely.
check this out.
Yeah, we have whatever we decide we have.
Got it. So I'll bring my, Jackhammer 3000 from, from the future and get in there and
It's a space jackhammer.
And then pull out the precious metal. Looks like space obsidian.
Yeah, I feel like as you pull it out of the water, it just turns to brown.
Is it mad? Is it bad because I disrupted? Oh, dang it! I'm doing colonist things. I try to I take this thing that I put away. It's like, oh yeah. Let's not ruin this planet or make it mad.
It happens. The best of intentions, right?
Yeah, I was excited.
Yeah, it happens to the best of us.
I work for Space
like,
East Indies Company.
Yeah. If you would like, you could roll your examination to make some further discoveries.
I rolled
on
a
this.
5, and
Okay.
I add a detail you notice about the feature. Yes, wait, and this is a detail about the obsidian?
Yep.
Or this thing that turned brown? Yeah,
Well,
it became worthless
Well, actually,
as soon as
a five would be you record how it changes in some way.
I record how it changes some way. So I'm like, as we carelessly ripped the ore from the river, it appeared to fall into ash.
Oh. So not only does it turn brown, but it just like disintegrates.
It just disappears. Yeah. Once you disturb it from its natural habitat, it becomes worthless.
Once you perceive it a little too closely, it just dies.
Correct.
That happens. All right. Well, Breckett's just like, maybe we should move on. This is not a great start. And I'll leave it up to you. We can always draw more cards on the same planet, or we can just fuck off and do something else.
Let's cruise around for a little bit. How's the gravity? Are we doing the spacewalk thing? We're just bouncing. Let's mess around here for a little bit. Let's fool around in space. Yeah. But head over to those tree-looking things.
Yeah. Let's see. So I got a 2 for our next set of cards on this planet. So this just is not a very exciting planet. It's very bland. So I'll have you
not
roll.
Trees. Okay. I got another 5.
5. Okay. So for discovery, that's the same thing. Spotted as we're resting, but this time it is the Queen of hearts. And so hearts are ruins. It gives examples, which we don't have to go strictly with the examples it gives. It's just kind of some prompts to go off of mysterious obelisks, vine-covered temples, abandoned dwellings for people bigger than you, a wrecked spaceship, etc. And Queen is in deep water.
Ooh. A lot of water on this planet. Am I running? Am I doing the investigation?
Yes, sir.
The
This
examine?
is your discovery,
Okay.
so you get to tell us what you get.
I draw the feature.
Oh, no. So this is your discovery, since you were the one who rolled, and I drew the card
find the
for
thing.
you. Yeah, so you get to tell us what kind
It's
of
in
ruin we
deep
find
water.
in deep water. Yep.
Okay. Yep. So the trees are a bit of a mirage as we go there. It's some sort of glistening off the moon and the sun, and we look down, and it's just sparkling from like a underwater pyramid, and it's got algae looking things, and the veins seem to all collect on it. Ooh.
Okay.
Your move, Breckett. As I'm bouncing, but I want to stop because I don't want to fall in the water because I don't know if I can space swim.
I mean, we do have helmets, because sometimes we have to go out and repair the ship and things like that, because, Rory does a pretty good job. Rory is Artemis's character. Rory does a pretty good job of flying the ship, but sometimes, we hit stuff and gotta go fix it in space.
Got it.
Like you do. So let's see.
Boop. Space pyramid.
Not our first space pyramid, surprisingly.
Dang it.
Let's see, I got a 3, so I'm gonna say, as we're examining, Breckett just dives right in because, science, you gotta
I like your energy.
get your feet wet sometimes.
I'm coming.
And as we get down there, we see that these veins, they are, making their way up this temple, pyramid, but it looks like there is an entrance to it, and as we get closer, these stone doors start to slide apart.
Ooh, on their own?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Okay.
Also getting shit talked by Artemis in chat.
Oh, really? I was keeping the rules up. What is she saying? Listen.
I mean, it was because I was shit talking a little bit myself. So.
All right.
That's just my job here.
Do we go in? Since you dove in, I'm following your energy, and I'll do the next brave thing, and I'm heading towards the doors. Let's go.
Yeah, after you, Sir Timothy. Obviously, knights lead the way,
Can I
right?
make a roll?
It's up to
What's
you.
beyond the door? 5.
5. Okay. So we'll draw our next card and see what we get, see how it relates. So we got the 3 of clubs. So 3 would be, again, by a gentle river, and clubs are plants and other immobile forms of life. I'm going to say maybe as we go inside of this pyramid, it's not wet.
Ooh.
So maybe inside we find some kind of river, and you tell me what kind of plant we find.
Okay. I like these carnivorous pitchers. I'm going with super strange. So can they be like, the Little Shop of Horror plants?
Oh,
but they're
absolutely.
in rows and they're being planted there.
Ooh.
It looks like someone's either making them or they live there or whatever, but they're very in tight rows of 6 rows to our left and right, and they're out of reach to chomp on us, but they're kind of just not necessarily communicating with each other, but just they're alive.
As we see this, Breckett just grabs Sir Timothy by the back of his spacesuit and yanks him out. I was like, we're done here. We're leaving.
Okay.
And radios back to the ship, can you call for backup? Because I think we just need to nuke this spot in particular.
Okay.
Solve this problem before it begins. So yeah, that's it for that planet. We'll move on to our next one.
All right, sounds great.
Yes,
Closing the
Artemis,
hatch.
you could send Reggie, which is really what I mean when I say nuke. We just send our
Okay.
diamond dinosaur to go eat everything.
Okay. Ah, on the hand. The dimes. Okay. I've seen pictures. Of this dino.
Yeah, that's Reggie. He just goes in and he eats all of these plants before they can eat him, because he's made of diamonds, which are not very edible. So
That makes sense.
let's see. So in between planets, I got a 4, and that is okay. We make up a game to play during a long stretch of empty space. What are the rules like, and who wins? So we already know there's an episode called Reggie Always Wins, because Reggie always wins all the games.
Okay.
Partially because he cheats, partially because he's cute and we let him win. But
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm gonna say we're just like, Reggie brought little bits of these plants with him unintentionally. They were just like stuck to him, and so we're like chasing him around trying to collect all of them, and then he eats them before we can get there. So it's like tag, but we can never catch him.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm glad we don't have those plants on the plane. That would be kind of miserable, being bitten.
Well, you know, you get used to it when you have a Reggie on the ship. You get bitten a lot.
Oh.
Yeah, Reggie's like having a dog.
I can relate.
All right. Well, when we get to our next planet, I'll have you roll to see how many cards we draw here, and see if we get more than a 1 or a 2.
1. Shoot.
We're on a roll. All right. So, once again, we're resting as we make this discovery, and it is the 7 of diamonds. Diamonds are living beings, and 7 is near a volcano. Yeah,
Ooh.
I'm gonna say we land. We're kind of, it is this large active volcano, but you know, we have our protective suits and things like that, so we're kind of exploring. There's lava, doing lava stuff, and we see these rock-like creatures walking around on 2 legs, and they start like chucking rocks at us. So we're like, you know what, this isn't our planet. We're just gonna go. So that one card planet was a very short one and done.
Okay. Let's get out of here, Reggie. Are we gonna have him eat the people, the rock people?
You
Does
know,
he eat the planet? Okay.
It gets a little.
I feel like
it gets
we're
a little
the
iffy
Space
when they're
Empire,
like,
not the Space Federation right now. I feel like we're doing. But I'm down with that. You know what I mean?
You know, we haven't decided what kind of space organization we are. And Artemis, no, there's not a space Waffle House on this planet. They're not that cool. So we're gonna move on to our next planet, and I'll have you roll again for our interplanetary travel.
A 1.
1. Okay. So yeah, Sir Timothy's just not sleeping, like, at all.
Yeah, I feel like maybe those, you know, carnivorous plants were just chill. You know what I mean? And we ate that planet. And I'm wondering if, you know, we're Space Empire right now, or we're, you know.
Reggie is not a sentient creature. He doesn't have that kind of like intelligence, as far as we know. Maybe.
Yeah.
Probably. So if he ate all of those plants, oops.
Oopsie daisy. He's got to eat. Okay.
He's a grown boy.
Cognitive dissonance. Engage. Whoop. Okay. We're explorers.
I'm sorry, Reggie is clearly more intelligent than us. And you're right. You're absolutely right. I'm a monster. All right. Good. So I got a 6 for this planet. If you would
Ooh.
like to make our first discovery.
3.
All right. 3 is a sudden discovery, and it is the 5 of Hearts. So let's see. 5 is in a treetop, and this one, it's always we'll see, because you can kind of do whatever you want with it. So 5 is in a treetop, but
Okay.
hearts are ruins. So tell us what kind of ruins we find on top of a tree.
Ruins on top of a tree. I'm guessing. They're hanging they're hanging ornaments all over this tree. So it's
Okay.
got like random pictures or something like that made out of some sort of metal, almost like a Christmas tree.
A space Christmas
That work?
tree.
Yeah. But I mean, it's Christmas tree-ish. They've got decorations all over it. Indiscernible. A bird, you know what I mean? Like some sort of fish-looking thing. Yeah.
And Reggie's just actively eating them all.
Reggie.
He's the Grinch, but he's cute, so.
Got it.
He's not a fan of Space Christmas, because, that just takes all the attention away from him. Every day is Space Christmas when you're Reggie.
Got it. Oh, Reggie.
Let's see. All right, I got a 3. I'm gonna say, yeah, as we're looking at this tree, it kind of shimmers. It is kind of like the typical Christmas tree, the pine needles and whatnot. But instead of being sort of matte and dull, they're more glossy. So like as the wind blows, it just makes this really pretty shimmering effect. It's almost like Christmas lights without having Christmas lights.
Yeah. Christmas planet.
Well, we've got 5 more cards, so we'll see if this is Christmas planet or if it's just this spot really likes Christmas.
Okay.
All right, let's see. Next discovery we're going to come upon suddenly as well. We're not doing a whole lot of moving or exploring. We're just walking right into stuff. We've got the Jack of Spades. So, spades, again, are natural phenomena, and Jack is in the desert. So weirdly, right next to, this Christmas tree, space Christmas tree, sorry, there is just like this expanse of, it's not sandy desert, it's more like tundra.
Okay.
And it's just cold. We didn't really realize how cold it was at first because it was just one of those like.
Yeah, it's so cold we can feel it through our suit.
Yeah, like it initially we were like, oh, this is fine, but it starts to creep in slowly over time, just like chills you down to the bones, and I'm gonna say that's the thing that we notice is this cold.
We're reading in Kelvin. Breckett. This is tap tap tap. Like this is Uranus out here.
I don't know about Uranus, but it's definitely not mine. But yeah, I'm gonna say that the cold is the thing that we kind of notice. Is it just like slowly creeps, and our readings don't change, but it feels like it keeps getting colder and colder, and as this happens, we see that like these little snowflakes start to swirl around us.
Ooh.
But not like there's no wind.
Ooh.
But they're still moving around as if there were wind.
Okay.
So I'll let you roll for your examination as Breckett's just like entranced by these little snowflakes. 4. Okay. So what do you notice about these snowflakes?
They form into like humanoids when they kind of float there, like the water planet from Futurama. these snowflakes kind of just, they're not really talking, you know, because we can't discern what they're saying or anything like that, but they form like a shape of, you know what I mean? Like they have like ghosts. They don't have legs, but they clearly have like some sort of arms.
I mean, who needs legs when you can just float?
Yeah, exactly. I was thinking through that. I was like, wow. But then maybe they're taking our shape to be like, greetings. I'm one of, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
I'm sentient because I'm trying to look like you. And I'm like, woo, we'll call him Kelvin.
Breckett's like holding Reggie to his chest, like, no, you can't eat these. Yeah, Breckett's just gonna like wave and see what they do.
Ooh.
So you tell me, what do you think they do?
When they wave back. They all do the same thing, like, but in the same speed, like they're connected in some sort of way.
That's terrifying. Breckett says as he's got like his tablet out, you know, recording it for Space TikTok like you do.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll see you space people later. And he's just gonna like walk back towards the ship and try to make some other discoveries. So
okay,
I'll have you roll for our next one.
Me?
Yep.
4.
All right. Another sudden discovery, as we have the 4 of hearts. So 4 is in a steep canyon, and hearts are living creatures. So what kind of living creature do we find in a steep canyon?
We see deep down in the canyon, as these things are kind of following us, we could look down. It's like wherever these things are living, it's like a big, giant, same sort of swirl, and they collectively just swirl in this place.
So like a cyclone of snowflakes.
Yeah, just super. Yep, but it stays inside the canyon.
Man, I just keep getting the same rolls today, and it seems like you do too, because I got another 3. So yeah, I'm gonna say, as we're like observing, and they don't seem to have noticed us looking down on them, we can hear sort of like a faint, almost sounds like music, like the sound of a music box.
Yep.
And Breckett's like kind of tapping, because we've got these babblefish that, you know, live in our ears and they translate things, and he's like tapping on it because it almost seems to be translating this music, but not quite. And after a little bit, we noticed that they seem to be singing some sort of song.
I like it.
So Timothy, do you hear that too?
Yeah. Hang on one sec. I gotta adjust my earfish. Oh, indeed. I do. I'm hearing it. It's got a bit of a music box tone to it.
Yeah. Can you tell what they're saying? Because I can't quite hear what they're saying.
Yeah. Yeah. Rolling for it?
Go for it.
A 5?
5? Okay. Let's see. Ooh. So we've got the Jack of Hearts. So, really, I mean, Jack is in a desert. We're already in, this tundra desert. So it's not like we've gone anywhere. But there's some sort of maybe other living creature, or maybe something about this conglomeration that we notice that's different.
Yeah. So we're in a desert now.
Well, we've been, like, it's the tundra, so it's a cold desert.
Yeah, okay.
So still by the canyon, still kind of in this frigid desert.
Yeah. Ooh, I like this. I like where this is going. And the living creature is, and then I'm describing the living creature.
Yep, you get to decide.
This one's like a dust devil that forms into, you know what I mean, the same type of thing, but it's like a different, you know what I mean, like culture.
Yeah.
So So as we go to this other place, you know what I mean? Like the same type, but it forms more of like a dust.
Okay.
And, swirls and it comes up to us, but instead of, oh, you're going to do the communicating thing or whatever?
Oh no,
You
go for it.
get the
Go for
next
it.
step?
This is
Oh. But instead of like waving at us, they all like form our shape, but like put their hands straight up in the air, their arms straight up.
interesting. Breckett's just gonna do the same thing. He's just gonna like put his arms up and see what they do.
They begin to swirl around you. You can feel it scratching at your suit. Mine too.
Does it seem like they're aggressive?
Yeah.
Rory, and he's just gonna like tap on his communicator, be like, "Can you come pick us up? It's scary out here. Don't like this anymore." And so yeah, I think with that we're gonna pack up and leave this planet because Space Christmas Planet got a little spooky. So we're gonna put away those other 2 cards and we'll roll for our next planet. So in between, got a 4. Let's see, 4. Yeah, another game. I'm gonna say probably some of that like dust got stuck to our suits, as it was swirling around us, and so Breckett's just like taking Reggie, using him like a vacuum to just eat all of this dust off of our suits.
All up.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
So all of the games today are how much can we feed Reggie before he gets sick?
Yes.
It's a surprising amount.
Murdered 2 sentient creatures from 2 different planets. They were definitely trying to.
We found 2 different cultures on the same planet, so.
True. Pretty awesome. Christmas planet.
The spooky Christmas planet. Yeah, if you want to roll, see how many cards we draw for this next one.
Ooh, 6.
All right. 2 6s in a row. So let's see. Ooh, our first one is a 1. So we've got to actually put in some work. All right, we've got the 5 of diamonds.
Great.
So let's see. Diamonds are living creatures, and 5 is in a treetop.
This outer rim that we're in seems to have a lot of trees.
Yeah, it does. I'm gonna say it's not in a treetop. It is the tree. And so Breckett has seen either the same kind of creature or a very similar kind of creature. It is just like this solitary tree, and it's just talking to itself. Like there's nothing around that we can see, and it's just talking. We can't quite, like the babblefish doesn't translate it very well, but it just seems like it's telling a story. Like the cadence of it, it's clearly telling some kind of story.
Ooh, this is deep.
Yeah, and so part of the arduous journey is like Breckett starts climbing up it, trying to get like maybe a better, not a better view, I guess, like a better audio quality.
Yeah.
By being closer to it, and as we get closer, it just like moves one of its branches and then holds us in front of its face, and suddenly it starts to make sense as we get closer to it. It's like, oh, we can understand it.
Huh.
So it's just Breckett and Sir Timothy being held in the hand of this giant space tree.
Huh.
So if you want to examine it, see what we find out.
A 1.
Sorry, Artemis, you got to draw a giant space tree holding Breckett and Sir Timothy. But if you want to paint us a word picture of what this looks like.
Me.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So as it's holding it, it's got like it's got the mouth. It's got a big mouth and like eyes that it's trying to mimic our features as much as possible. And as we start hearing it, it's a very like just like Lord of the Rings or whatever. Its
Yeah.
words are like really slow, and it's just like kind of talking about the history of its life. Where it was, there was it was a seedling. There were many trees. He had a great family and things like that, and there was harmony. And then like space lumberjacks showed up, and took the space tree, the intelligent trees to go and move them to other planets to be like druids of their trees or something like that. So its family has been moved away.
Yeah, and Breckett again is just recording all of this for Space TikTok.
Yeah.
And then he like flips the camera around to point at himself. He's like, I've seen this before, and this story checks out. I've seen other trees just telling their story, so those damn space lumberjacks splitting up all the families. It's a tragedy.
It's a tragedy.
And then, of course he ends with, like and share, because Space TikTok.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes. Space follow. Space subscribe.
Exactly. No, Kayla, space lumberjacks are really gross, actually. It's the only kind of lumberjack that's not hot, are the space ones. Sorry, science,
Yeah. Yeah. Because
All
they're
right.
helmets and they got the beards, and it just looks crazy inside of a bubble helmet with the beard. It's just, you can't see anything.
Actually,
cool.
that whole species, like, we don't really interact with them a whole lot.
Yeah, they just got chainsaws for arms. It's not chill.
Yeah, and it turns out underneath the helmet, there's not even a face; it's just beard.
Oh,
just hair.
Oh, wow! You've done your research. I didn't get that close because the whole chainsaw arms thing, but yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Somehow, chainsaw arms are less scary than amoebas. Just saying. I've learned that from experience.
From your space times?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, space experience.
Okay. Let's go check it out.
See. Was that one? That was my discovery, so it would be you next to see what we get on this next card. You said 6?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we're just hanging out with Space Treebeard. And our next card is the 6 of Clubs. So we are going to the snowy peak of a mountain. And clubs are plants and other immobile forms of life. So I feel like how we get to the peak of this mountain is we're just kind of, listening to the story, and then we just wake up on the peak of this mountain.
Oh.
Like, the last thing Breckett, at least, would remember is, like, starting to doze off and feeling like we're moving. But he really wasn't too concerned with it. He's just like, whatever, this is chill.
Yeah. You think the tree moved us? The tree's still with us?
I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
But we can see, giant tree prints.
Okay. Tree prints. That's okay. In the snow.
Yeah. Of course.
Of course. Yeah. All right. Well, why? He brought us here for a reason. Okay. Let's see what we see, huh?
What kind of plant do we find?
Up here? It's a snowy cactus. It's dark, like it's blue, like a tealish blue.
Okay.
And it doesn't, you know what I mean? It doesn't need a lot of water or anything, but it's just some sort of cold cactus.
I do love cold cactus.
Yeah.
Let's see. So I got a 5. As Breckett's like examining it, he kind of, pokes where there's not any spines, and the whole thing kind of ripples with like this dark purple. It's almost like touching water, where you get the ripples, and it just like has this purple ring, and from out of the top of it just puffs out these little spores that almost look like snowflakes.
Yeah.
And he just like quickly puts his helmet on, like, safety first.
Yeah. Okay.
And then he just pokes it again.
Okay, the spores. Yeah, more spores.
Mm-hmm. It's always more spores.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, Breckett's gonna just like take out his little space. I'm gonna say it's not even like a knife. It's like a little mini lightsaber, like the
Oh,
from
fun.
Spaceballs, where it's the little knife to make toast.
Yep.
Yeah, he just pulls out that and like cuts a little piece off of this, and takes a sample back to the ship.
Okay.
Because we got to do some science at some point, right?
Yep, I believe it.
I think that's why they sent us out here, possibly. All right. Anything else you want to add about the cactus?
Yeah, when we do a little bit of research, I've got my Taranga Lila, bracelet thing, and I kind of rub it. It's a hallucinogenic. Like, oh, this will make space travel a little weird.
Oh, I mean, I forgot to tell you, but yeah, we have a lot of drugs on the ship. There's a lot. If it's in a black bag, maybe don't eat it unless you're just
got it. We need to put that to the side. Label.
It was to the side, but now there's other cacti and several types of mushrooms and a few other hallucinogenic plants. Yeah, so many space mushrooms. You're right, Artemis. We are now black market drug dealers on the side. But the good kind.
Got it. We're bringing it back, maybe this will cure, space diseases.
Yeah, absolutely. That is how science works. That's what I've been told. All right. So moving on, got a 2, and so we've got the 5 of spades. We're just getting all of the treetops today. It's because you said something, Artemis, about how we find all the stuff in the tops of trees. Let's see. So spades are natural phenomena, and 5 is in a treetop. So I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say this is like an enormous bonsai tree.
Okay.
But from the tips of it, you see that there's just like this lightning effect.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's kind of like the little globes that when you touch it, it's got the lightning inside, but there's no globe.
Whoa. Yeah. So we get closer, the static kind of touches our fingers,
Yeah. As Sir Timothy gets a little bit closer, it just kind of like arcs out, and it makes your hair stand on end and kind of gives you the little tingle, but it doesn't hurt.
Okay. Yeah, if there's a baby one of these sitting next, I'm gonna get my space bucket out and put some space roots in there and take this thing home.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that there's a few other smaller ones.
I like this. This is going to my room.
While you do space drugs.
No.
Taking all the fun out of it.
I'll give it to Reggie.
If you want, we can further examine this if you want to add anything to it, or we can move on to our next one.
I think that it just doesn't need, like, the roots just kind of chill there. You know what I mean? Like, if you put it in a jar or something, like the top of the bonsai tree looks like the bottom of the you know what I mean? When you pull it out, it's symmetrical.
Interesting. Yeah, I agree with Chell. I need one in real life. So somebody get on top of that. Let's make that happen. Let's see. So if you want to roll for our next one.
Yep. It's a 4.
4. All right. Another sudden discovery. And we're going to get some more plants because we've got the King of Clubs.
This is great.
So
Space
King is floating in the air. So some kind of plant floating in the air.
Oh, all right. This me?
It sure is.
Okay. It's a plant floating in the air. So I'm just seeing like, we think it's like an eel or something coming at us, but it's just like a reddish like seaweed, and it just kind of floats. You know what I mean? It kind of floats around us.
Yeah, Breckett's like, no, I know what this is. This is landweed, but
Landweed?
flying landweed,
Oh,
which is
really?
obviously the natural first stage of landweed. Starts out in the air, then it goes to the
Brilliant.
water for a while, and then it makes its way to land.
Yeah.
It's the circle of life.
That's funny.
Let's see. So I got a 4, and so what I notice about it is, yeah, it is this like reddish. Thank you, Chell. The flying landweed is classic. That is par for the course for us. Yeah, I'm gonna say like we notice as it's kind of doing this, it does make its way to the water, and we see that it like plants its roots down at the bottom.
Oh, so it goes to the water and then kind of settles?
Yep.
Ooh, that's fun.
Yeah.
I wonder if it just goes out to eat something. I wonder if it's searching for some sort of, it moves to better sunlight or something. That's interesting.
Could be.
And then I come back.
And obviously, Chell, landweed cannot burn. That's just ridiculous. Why would you burn, this living creature, this majestic landweed? Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna roll for our next one. We've got 2 cards left,
Okay.
and once again we got a 4, so another sudden discovery, because we're not gonna put in any real effort today. We're just gonna be sleeping or just stumble upon
So
stuff.
we're looking at the landweed and then, oh,
Yeah, exactly. So I got the 2 of diamonds.
okay.
So we're just kind of watching it. The moon starts to rise, and so what we see, so we're watching this landweed, right? And we find that landweed does have a natural predator. It is Reggie. But Reggie has other siblings on this planet that we just didn't know about. As we see these other larger long-necked diamond dinosaurs, and chasing them are these like really small, I'm gonna say they're like velociraptor type dinosaurs. These are
really
made of
small?
just like regular, yeah, they're very small. They're just like made of obsidian. So Reggie's a diamond, like he's more white, clear. These are just like black, and being in the moonlight, we almost don't see them at first. It just seems like these long-necked dinosaurs are maybe just running, and then we hear these little creepy, like the kind of sounds that you would hear in like Jurassic Park for the velociraptor.
Yeah.
High-pitched scream and go.
Yeah.
Speaking of the circle of life.
Yeah. Do we get involved here? Just gonna not get involved for a little bit and see how this plays out. Unless I don't want Reggie's family to get killed in front of him. I'll step in there. We need Reggie.
Yeah, we don't want like a Space Bambi situation here.
Yeah. So if it gets weird, I'll start stomping on little obsidian Compsognathus. I'm just.
Yeah, Breckett's just like, no, I've got this covered, and like walks over to the ship, because we haven't really made it very far past the ship, and walks back out, and he's got, if you've ever seen SpongeBob, they've got the net guns for catching jellyfish, and he just comes out with one of those, and he like cocks it, and starts chasing after these little dinosaurs, catching them in nets.
Yeah,
obviously
keep
our
them in
cargo
the
hold is full of different dinosaurs now.
Yeah, fun. Interesting that space is full of dinosaurs.
I mean, it checks out. That's science.
Yeah. Watch out for space asteroids. Or are they just always asteroids?
Nah, that's fake. They don't exist.
Yeah.
Did you want to add anything about these dinosaurs? You want to do your
once they're separated, they're not as agitated. But once they're around each other, they're really agitated. Like they're natural. You know what I mean? Like Yep. So, but once we get the little, tiny dinosaurs into the ship, they're chill and they just naturally like clean the ship. They just, you know what I mean? They're just going around picking up trash and stuff. Seemed pretty helpful.
Oh my god, that's adorable. Like, not eating it, they're just like picking it up. They're little space
And when
janitors.
Reggie's around, they just scatter. It was the fact that there were several Reggies was what kind of added.
I love that these carnivore little like aggressive creatures are just natural space janitors.
Yeah. Yep. Space
like
Roombas.
they grab the first broom that they find. It's way too big for them, but like three of them
they
stack on top of each other.
Try to use it together. Yeah.
They turn into like a Voltron of dinosaurs.
Yeah.
That is adorable, and I love it. And Artemis, I need you to draw that, please. I know we didn't get that one, but please. For science. All right. Actually, I think I rolled for that last one, so I'll have you roll. We've got one card left.
4.
All right, another sudden discovery. And we've got the King of Spades. So, King, again, is floating in the air. And spades are natural phenomena. So any kind of natural phenomena you can think of, just floating in the air.
So when we're looking at these like little black obsidian dinosaurs, one of them's a little bit like, you know, got like a big thorax, and you see it give birth, and it ends up being a Reggie.
Oh.
Type of Reggie dinosaur. So somehow in some weird phase, they're just a not as advanced Reggie.
Interesting. It was unexpected. Ooh. Well, good news. I got a 1. So that means Artemis gets to draw the little velociraptor guy giving birth to Reggie by burping it out.
You and I are just like staring at each other like, man, I think this is a wrap. Like, there's a lot to unpack on this planet.
It's funny you say that, Sir Timothy, because I don't know if you noticed, but that Reggie then burped out a landweed.
In the circle of life.
Beautiful. Ooh, actually, Chell, that's gonna be the name of the episode. Together Among the Reggies.
Together Among the Reggies. The Circle of Reginald.
Ooh, that's also a good one. All right, well, that was our last card. I think that's a good place for us to call it, with, you know, the birth of 2 different creatures. And all
Thank you
of
so
the Reggie
much.
lore drops.
Awesome.
Thank you for coming and playing.
That was fun.
Always amazed by the weird stuff that, you know, different people come up with as they come on.
And of course, it was drugs.
Yeah, pretty much drugs and space birth.
Yeah, and I mean, now we have almost an endless supply of Reggies just in case, because we brought the dinos with us. You know what I mean?
True.
Like, we have more Reggies.
I mean,
maybe
the
Reggie
world
gets
needs more
jealous.
Reggies.
Yeah.
Well, awesome. I don't know. Listen, Artemis, I don't know what the show is anymore. I just work here, okay? Don't ask me questions like that. Yeah, I don't know. Are we going to rate anybody, Artemis? Since I don't have any control over that.
All I know is that I've racked up 1,000 disrupt DM Jeremy points, like on this channel. 1,000 make things painful for
since Jeremy is usually a player on this channel more often than he is a DM. Now you just get to mess with him even more. Awesome. Well, I'm going to switch us over to our outro. But thank you again for coming and playing. It's been a blast.
Yeah.
And we got to learn all kinds of space facts. And we will see you all next time. And stick around for the raid. I think we're going to raid Gooey Cube. So, bye.
Bye.